Hi, I'm Victor Cantore. I'm the president and CEO of Amex Exploration, and I'm excited to be here talking with Matt about Amex.
Again, we're back here at the Hilton, the illustrious Hilton in Islington. Good to see you here. We're here, obviously, Minds and Money. Busy next door. How's it working out for you guys?
Oh, it's great. We've got meetings back to back, 3 days in a row. On top of it, we have meetings outside of the conference. Also, we come here often enough that we have enough contacts, and also some institutional shareholders. So we're visiting and telling our story to a lot of people here.
Right. Okay. Now, the last 2 times I've just accused you of being just boring, high grade, wide intercept, gold everywhere every time you drill. And it's sort of true. So I jest, but here's my point. You raised $50 million, just under $50 million back February 2022, right? You get at the right time, at the right price, compared to, today. You had a good run of drilling. You are finding these high grade gold. So you're delivering on that front. I'm trying to work out what the plan is here, right? Because difficult market, equities crushed, gold crushed. Are you just trying to time the market right in terms of moving into the next phase, or is it a case of wait till you run out of money on the drilling and then raise again? I mean, what's the plan?
So it's been properly planned. So we're going to cut off drilling by December 21, 22. Right. Stop the drilling, everything. Then you're going to wait for the assays. So all that information is going to go into our resource calculation that we're going to come out sometime in Q1 of 2024.
Right.
We have, till yesterday, we still had 8 drills turning.
Right.
So 8. Yeah, we had 8 drills turning. That boring high grade hit of 47 meters,
that was insane.
Half an ounce.
Yeah.
So it wasn't really intended to intercept gold. It was part of the drilling for that dike. We have a Gabbro dike that slices the high grade zone. So now, in order to get a proper understanding of it, you want to just drill into that, so you can get a 3-dimensional and know what the actual size of it is in order, to get a proper resource. We made sure that hole was not going into it. It was downstrike, but we made sure that hole was not going through high grade gold, and all of a sudden we intersected high grade gold. Like if you look at our long section of our high grade zone, on the top right hand side, you'll see there's a lot of white and just some green. That's low grade gold and also no gold. So we brought in another drill to drill that area. Now that entire area is going to be drilled. It was really, so we did put it on our press release. It was downstrike. So
right.
So I can't even tell you what the real width is on it, but it was not a drill hole that was intended to intersect gold.
Right, you got lucky. You didn't need to be, but you did. You were lucky.
No, but now that's amazing because now that could be an entire area that's going to fit into. That's what we brought in a rig right away and started drilling that entire area.
But coming back to my point about the kind of, I guess from your shareholders, a kind of sense of urgency around, well, where's the end product? Where's the exit? Where's the the end game here? You've just gone potentially added a whole bunch of new answers to the resource that you'll come out with in Q1 here. Is that going to delay things any? Right.
No, we're really committed to it. We're going to be putting out the resource as soon as we possibly can, along with an economic study. The economic study is going to be very important because not all ounces are created the same. Like I've gotten calls from investors and they ask me, an ounce sells for this much and that much. Well, not all ounces are created the same. These are not 1 gram. This is not a 1 gram deposit. The high grade zone is. I can't even throw numbers because I'll probably get in trouble with the regular.
No, exactly. Look, I don't want to push you either. I can wait till end of Q1 at some point. But what I'm interested in, what else will come out? So you've got the resource, right? And we're going to need an economic study on this thing to understand the numbers. Will that give us a sense of how you come at this thing? Whether we're open pit, whether we're underground, whether we start, to the north. I mean. You must be planning this now. You know how this thing's going to roll out, right?
There's nothing definitive in the sense of where are you starting first. When you take somebody like myself, where I'm not a mining engineer, what makes sense to me is not what makes sense to a mining engineer.
Yeah.
Right. So you think about a high grade open pit to start with. You think that's going to pay up your all your development. But in reality, if you put in a ramp in there and go right into the heart of the high grade zone where you got all these high grade numbers, that will absolutely should pay for all. But until the studies are done, I can't give you that with absolute reason. So that's what.
But you're aiming to be able to do that.
Oh, absolutely.
What's the timing on the economic study then as well?
Immediately, as fast as
straight away,
straight up, as fast as we can put it out after that. Because there's a whole regulatory thing. Once you've got a resource, you can only build an economic model the minute you have a resource. If you have a resource, then it's material information. You need to put it out. So we're kind of doing two things in tandem right now.
Okay.
As much as possible so we can put it out as fast as
Okay, so there is work going on currently. So you will be accelerating to the delivery. Okay, fantastic. Now, the fact that you are going about the economic study bit suggests that, because normally we've seen things like Great Bear in the past and a few other examples this year as well, where people just say, we're just going to drill and the big boys can kind of work out how they come at this thing. That's on them. I'm not going to waste my money and effort on that one. How much money are you spending on the economic study component?
Well, we're fully financed to the economic study.
Right.
I'm going to finish. We have between 14 and from my last financial statements, we have 14 to 16 million dollars. That's all I can disclose. And then we are financed right to economic study. Meaning, we're financed for the resource. And we're financed to the economic study right through.
Okay, so and with the because it's all about painting a picture for the marketplace, right? Because you've got the high grade stuff, but there's other companies have been like quite good at putting high grade numbers out there. But when you drill down into the drilling, it ain't pretty. Quite frankly, it doesn't hang together. If you got a sense of this size that you're going to be able to put out, you don't have to tell me because now you can't. But if you get a size of what is important to the market, what size will get a reaction in the market these days after the back of 2 years of catalysts coming and going and people just not being impressed.
Well, if I go with everything that's public out there, when you look at our long section, like you can see, like it actually hangs together. Like it's pretty consistent. It's continuous. You have that deep purple stuff that goes right through. When that Gebroke dike sliced the high grade zone, at the beginning you're always afraid when you start going on the other side, what happens? And we hit the other side right away, and it didn't really shift. It actually shifted upwards a little bit, but it was pretty much intact. There will be robust numbers. I mean, if I look at the numbers, I'm not a mining engineer and I'm not a geologist. When I look at those numbers, they're pretty impressive.
Yeah, we've got some numbers too, and obviously we haven't included the new drilling. That'll be exciting to see how much that kind of brings into it. But it feels like you're going to be, let's say, above average.
Yes.
Put it that way, without putting too much out there. Okay, so for me, I'm kind of thinking as an investor, at least you continue to deliver. You haven't diluted me in 2 years' time. Over the last 2 years, new answers coming through, and some big moments in Q1 and Q2 next year. Do you think that allows you to kind of time the market properly? Because gold around 2,000. We've had a good week this week so far. We've got a gold price. We've seen producers perhaps not maintain their margins. Let's say in a high cost environment. Does this help you time the market? Is that important? Timing?
Yeah, I mean, timing the market is so junior. I mean, the way I do it is even the morning after I've closed the financing, I'm already in financing mode. I mean, what I mean by that is I'm always looking for an opportunity. What is the right opportunity to finance? So I always like to finance when I have money, and it has to be at the right. Otherwise, you can just wait. There's no. I will never put it in peril. I will not have my back to the wall where the bankers get happy and they can drive you down. There'll be a moment in time, and if we get help for gold, continue putting out good results. There's a lot of blue sky in the property. I always come back to, there's about 20 some odd kilometers of prolific faults that have been producing really good discoveries. We've basically touched 3.5 to 4 kilometers of it. So it's actually going to go in two directions. We're going to continue exploring and making new discoveries and building this thing. I'm going to make this thing as big as possible.
Right. Okay. That's the game.
At the same time, you got to go. We're going to have completed well over 400,000 meters. It's time to deliver a resource and an economic study. That to me is really
okay. So you are getting after the scale. That's the thing I wanted to understand about this. And I think you make a great point there. It's like bankers tend to offer you an umbrella when it's sunny, don't they? So when you got the good news out, when you don't need the money, that is the time to raise the capital for sure. Okay, so that's what you're doing next year.
Absolutely.
Brilliant.
I'm just going to continue bringing out the news. Continue with the resource bring out the economic study. I think it's going to be pretty good.
It's kind of interesting. I was talking to another CEO recently, and they're sort of saying on 5 million ounces of their iron, and saying there's not too many of those in Canada at the moment. In terms of 5 million ounce development stories, and not too many kind of coming behind. So in terms of the gold space in Canada, it's pretty barren, really, in terms of projects with scale, project with hopefully the economics driven by your grade.
High grade gold projects. There's not many that can. There's a lot of
not that hang together.
That hang together. That's correct.
I think I heard a great analogy by someone. He's built a couple of mines and built producing mines of scale. And he described there are a few stories out there, but that hanging together is so important. That's why I'm intrigued by what the resource does and what the economics does, because he said it was akin to getting a bag of carrots, taking it up in a helicopter and dropping it on an ice rink. So yes, the carrots are high grade, but it's really hard to hang that together as a resource. And I think that the better you can drive your narrative, tell your story into a very barren landscape at the moment for high grade gold in Canada. Excited for you.
And look, we built a technical team. They're working for us. I mean, they have other jobs also, but they're all on a part-time, on a consulting basis. We have 2 mining engineers, great age in the sense that they're not too young, not too old. Not that I have anything wrong with young or old, but I think they're right. You
gotta be careful these days. Like there's a job killer right there.
Yeah, exactly. But
we like everyone.
Exactly, we like everyone, all the ages. But they're in their prime. We have Jacqueline Leroux, which has permitted many complicated mines. We have a resource geologist, which is probably one of the most conservative that you find in Quebec. And that all that is very important. The important thing is putting out real economic.
That's what I'm interested.
Show me the money. Make money. And where we're located. I mean, you can't. I know I've said this in the past, but it's amazing. We can get in a car from Montreal to Toronto. We're there in 7.5 hours, 8 hours.
Yeah.
We drive right there. We can drive to all the drill sites. All the roads are made. And there's a lot of blue sky. Like for example, on the western side where there hasn't been much exploration from the past, we had some great results like our Gratien zone. We were supposed to get access to that sometime in October. Originally, we were going to go do a helicopter support it because we're not going to build a road until we have good results, which is what we've been doing in the past. So unfortunately, with the fires, it delayed everything. Then they said you're going to have access to it in October. But the good thing is they built 50 to 60 kilometers of new roads in there. So sometime in January we're gonna have access to it. So there's more blue sky. It's not put out the results, put out the economic study.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it. No. There's this. I expect this to really grow.
Well, that's great, and great that you're focusing on the economics and the money side of things, because again, people kind of forget that's the name of they came here. Make sure it works. That's what it's about.
That's right.
You got to get back there. You better run off to your meetings.
That's right.
It's good. It's good to see so many investors like kind of leaning into like good stories, because there's so many, let's say, there's subpar stories out there who are suddenly realizing that the money's not there for them anymore, and hopefully that's a little bit less noise for good projects.
That's right. You need the good stories with good economics at the end of the day. That's really what it comes to.
Simple, really, isn't it? Investing in mining is easy.